Yeah.
It's time to eat.
Hey, what's up, guys? Now, I know I haven't posted a video in a few days, and that's because I've been visiting my family here in sunny Arizona. Now, before we get into the numbers, let me just share with you a little bit what I've been up against this week. Now, we drove here from Northern California, which is about a 13-hour drive, and we split that drive into a couple of days, which is actually kind of a killer because it's a lot of time in the car, and you end up just sitting around and eating out of sheer boredom. So this time around, we tried to get around that by just planning our meals ahead of time and making a lot of coffee stops along the way. But it was still pretty tough to resist snacking. Now, once we got the family together, that's when the real exercise in willpower began. And my wife and I haven't been back to Arizona since we relocated to the Bay Area a couple of years ago. So, of course, visiting all of our favorite restaurants was our top priority. There's an amazing place in Scottsdale called Chelsea's Kitchen, and we used to go there all the time. So naturally, we order one of everything on the menu just for the sake of nostalgia. And most of us in the family are doing the whole low-carb thing, so the next day we decided to go to Fogo de Chao. If you haven't been to Fogo de Chao before, it's basically a full-blown meat extravaganza. It combines the service model of a dim sum restaurant coupled with the pricing model of an all-you-can-eat buffet and the menu from a high-end steakhouse. Essentially, it's a recipe for disaster. Now, I'm pretty sure that it was originally conceived as some kind of nefarious vegan plot to get carnivores so OD'd on meat that they want to hurl just thinking about the next time that they have to eat a steak. Well, mission accomplished, vegans. Well played. Anyway, I went to Fogo de Chao and ate my body weight in meat because how could you not? I mean, they have guys with knives that are basically the size of katana blades running around just pressuring you to eat more meat. And if you tell them no, then they get all dejected and passive-aggressive, and that's just not something that you want from a dude who's wielding a samurai sword. So needless to say, I spent a couple of hours in the gym that night trying to walk off my meat baby. Now that I've successfully lowered all of your expectations, let's get on to the actual numbers. Last week I weighed in at 368.8 pounds, and today I stepped on the scale and I was 368.3 pounds for a staggering half a pound lost. I know it doesn't seem like much, but considering the week I've had, I'm just glad that the number is moving in the right direction. On any other trip, I would have probably gained about 5 pounds by now, so I'm relatively pleased with the results. Next week, my plan is to get back to the routine and start hitting it hard so that I can lose a couple of pounds before I have to head off to Manila the following week for work. Travel has always been really tough for me. I mean, especially international travel, because you spend so much time on a plane, you have very little control over what you eat, and so I often overcompensate by just eating way too much food before the flight, or just starving myself during the flight and then overeating once I land. It's also really tough to make healthy choices when you're in a whole new country and there's not a lot of familiar food available for you and you have to eat every single meal out. But you know what, I'm going to do my best, and hopefully I'll log a loss for that week as well. So that's it for this week. If you're new to the channel, I'd love it if you would subscribe so you can check in and see how I do in the coming weeks. And don't forget to go to projectreboot.com and sign up for the newsletter for your chance to win a free job on Upmove. All right, guys, catch you later.